Welcome. Thank you so much for coming in for another video. I'm back with another jewelry haul. These are fantastic pieces that I've picked up at the Goodwill. I do frequent the Goodwill and other thrift stores, but this week the Goodwill was exceptionally good. And I'm going to present a few of these things to you and explain why I picked them up, what I think I can get for them, what I think they are, etc. If you love jewelry as much as I do, you've reached the right channel. Thank you again for being here. Let's get started with this fabulous little brooch. This is a mother of pearl. It says genuine mother of pearl on the pin. It does say so right on the pin, but I just love the subject matter. This appears to me to be an owl, or could it just be a bird? I'm not too sure. I think it's an owl, but it's in the original packaging. That's always a plus when you sell vintage jewelry. The original packaging does add a little bit more value to the item. And again, the subject matter, people love birds. It's a nice good size as well. 1.5 inches. Well, yeah, that measures in at 1.5 inches. Very nice piece. And most of these were fairly reasonable. I think they're starting to do a lot of racks and things where they have a pretty much one price set, unless they're otherwise marked. And I think the brooches are around $3, $3 to $4. The necklaces, some places were $5.99. One Goodwill had them for $7.99. So it just depends where you're shopping, but I really like that one quite a bit. And then this brooch is just here. I just found this shadow box frame. I rearranged my room and I found it stashed. I didn't know I had it, but I don't know if you've seen this brooch. I may have gotten it a while back and didn't show it to you. It's not marked, and that totally surprises me, but I had wanted to start a shadow box of brooches in this, and then I decided to go ahead and remove the glass from it and just use it as a display, because this jute or whatever it is can actually be pierced. I think it'll be more accommodating to me in that particular way and not have it stored away with a glass. I don't really keep jewelry for that long. I mean, I do some of it, but I feel like for the costume jewelry, the costume jewelry will be moved, and so I'm going to use it that way. But anyway, that's a beautiful brooch. I love the key motif. That is a symbol of good luck, so whenever you list anything, make sure you use those keywords such as good luck, talismanic, that kind of thing. This is a beautiful necklace. I have seen many of these designed and signed by certain designers, and they do garner big money. Now this one is not anything but acrylic on these stones, but they look like jasper, and it's intricately done. It really is beautifully done. It's very lightweight. It does have that wonderful felt in the back. Sometimes they are lined with leather as well, so keep your eye out for these. Sometimes they're even designed as bibs, so you will see a huge, wonderful, flamboyant necklace, and they still do quite well. I've sold quite a few of these on Etsy and in my auctions on Facebook. I do have auctions over on Facebook if you're interested. Details are in the description box. Okay, then look at this fabulous cuff bracelet. This one I believe was marked $6. Yes, $5.99. And it does have a genuine stone there. This is, I believe, a sodalite. Really pretty. And it's just a fabulous look. It's got that wonderful archaeological revival look. I love when a cuff bracelet tapers like that. Isn't that beautiful? I think that is such a nice look, and I especially love the gold tone. Blue and gold, definitely Egyptian. Definitely a nod to the Egyptian archaeological revival. I adore it. I think it's so pretty. So I picked that one up as well. And then look at these. I thought these were vintage, but they're not clip. They're post. So I think they're just made with that vein in mind. And they're pierced. Oh, they are marked. I just now seen the mark. I'm telling you, sometimes it doesn't matter to me, and it shouldn't to you as well if they're not marked. Of course, a marked jewelry piece, a lauded designer, sought after designers are going to bring you interest and monetary value, but so do unmarked pieces. So let me just see what this one says. Oh, it looks like it's Banana Republic. Banana Republic says BR. They're well made. They're very nice. And I just love them. I think they have a really cool vibe. They have kind of a, you know, a vintage, glamour, regal look to them. But I think the neon just gives it a really wonderful, fun, kind of a punk vibe to it. So I really love that. I think those are amazing. I fell in love with that neon yellow on that. And then this is the piece that I forgot to show you last week when I brought the other haul from Family Thrift. And you saw me looking at this one when we went on a ride-along on a Thrift with Me or Thrift with an Expert video series. Be sure and subscribe if you're enjoying the video so that you don't miss those ride-alongs, those Thrift with Me, Thrift with an Expert videos I put out. We were looking at this one, and that's when those young men were asking me questions about jewelry. I love this when I saw it. The color is amazing. The gold tone is quite different with rhinestones. It's usually on silver tone. So to see it on gold tone was wonderful. And it's super... What did I pay for this one? I think this one was $12. I had the little... Yeah, here it is. Here's the little tag. 12... Wait a minute. I can never... 14. $14.51 is what I paid for it, but I think it's worth 10 times that. I really do. It's just so pretty. And a no marking again on that one. Wait, is that a mark there? I don't believe so, but let me take a closer look because you just never know. Sometimes the naked eye does not pick up what the camera lens does. No, I do not see a mark. So anyway, it's beautiful AB stones, but wait for it because this is actually a convertible. Convertible jewelry is very rare to find and such a wonderful, wonderful item. This turns into a brooch. You'll be able to wear this solo as a brooch and wear the necklace as a complement to the brooch, or wear it completely by itself. I'm trying to get my little display here. So how is that for dynamic? That is, look at those baguettes at the bottom, and then here's your little brooch. And how fabulous would that look? Pin there on the side to complement. Isn't that amazing? Of course, everything looks a little bit different on this display than it would on a human, but wow, I just fell in love with this piece. Convertible jewelry is actually gaining quite a resurgence. Look at that. The high-end designers of fine jewelry are finding that people do want to see some of this type of jewelry come back. It is actually a selling point for a designer to be able to say that your jewelry can be worn more than one way. Many of the convertible styles of, as I said, the high-end designers that you'll find at places like Neiman's are lauding the properties of convertible jewelry because you're paying hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars for pieces, and a selling point is the fact that you can convert it into a bracelet. You can convert it from a brooch to a necklace, a pendant, and so forth. So those are really, really wonderful design elements, and I think I really, really scored on this amazing piece. Then I found this amazing Chicos. Chicos does use genuine stones many times. So we do have some biwa pearls. We have some buttons of abalone shell. We have some other button shells here, button pearls rather. We have some metal that is, I think, a base metal. We have some glass elements, wonderful AB crystals and stones in here, and even, I think this is some kind of a dyed agate. It's gorgeous on the center there. So this is a beautiful, beautiful piece. And they do not do sterling, but they do wonderful pieces, and definitely something you want to keep your eye out for resale and your enjoyment. Look at that beautiful piece. This is nice and heavy too, and it is just amazing. This is like, I don't know, it almost reminds me a little bit like a mermaid gone wild here, with all of these beautiful pieces together. Like all of these elements just strung together wonderfully. And I love it. I do really love Chico's jewelry. They do an amazing job on many of their designs. They really, really do. They have a wonderful design team, I'll have to say. And this is sitting on a very flexible, articulated torque. I like the way they kind of added a little patina to the silver tone, giving it almost a pewter-like or sterling look to it. So that is fabulous. And Chico's is very expensive retail, so it really does hold its value on the second market. You'll find that to be true. Don't hesitate to pick up Chico's if you are a reseller. If you just love quality jewelry. They had, at this particular Goodwill, they had a whole box of rings, and they were beautiful, but most of them were stretch. And that's wonderful. I almost picked one up, but they were a little high for me at $6.99 for stretch jewelry. But this one caught my eye, and I thought this one was fantastic. Look at that. It's kind of a saddle design, horse saddle design. You can see that little, really caught my eye. It has kind of a, it has a horse saddle design there. Can you see that little indentation there, that little slope there? And I thought, oh, that looks really special. When I saw it, I thought it was I knew it was an abalone, beautiful piece of abalone as well. Just gorgeous. But I thought it was sitting on a base metal, and it's actually sterling. I tested it today. I did not see a mark at the store, but I figured for $5.99, can't beat it. Whether it's sterling or silver plate or whatever. But no, indeed it turned out to be sterling, and I figured, well, the piece is nice and genuine. Okay, here's the mark on the inside. Genuine elements. Wow, I knew this was quality because of the design. And you may or may not know, but designer jewelry, rather costume jewelry, vintage costume jewelry, used genuine elements. Many times they use genuine gemstones, and many times they use sterling, and many times they just use excellent, wonderful design. So that's why I picked it up. But it's land for sure. H-O. It could say Thailand. I'll let you look at it. I can't tell if it says Thailand, and then it's got, and this is really well made. It's very heavy. There's the Thailand right there. And then on the opposite, and I didn't see any of this in the store. I picked it up merely because it was only $6, and I knew it was quality, and I knew it was an abalone. And I wasn't sure if it was sterling, but I knew it looked very nice, and I figured I would lose nothing by picking that up. So there's the signature there. M-E, I'll have to look that up. Is it upside down? M-E. It's either M-E or N-E. I hope you can see that. Sometimes when I get too close, it loses its focus. Yeah, it is signed by the Artisan, so look at that beautiful piece. It is amazingly beautiful. Really a nice piece. It is a 10.5, so it's huge. It's perfect for a gentleman, actually. I think it's amazing. But it does have a wonderful masculine look to it. I would definitely wear it. And I say that it is masculine because it's not dainty, it's heavy, it's really heavy and really hefty. And that horseshoe, that horse saddle design is just beautiful. They had to manipulate that piece of shell to do that. They really had to work with a good piece and work on the inlay to get that to curve like that. Isn't that amazing? Size 10.5 on that. And then, oh my gosh, I was so excited to find these. These were in a baggie of, I think, $3.99 or $4.99. And again, all of their earrings are they're $4.99. Yeah. So I think these were in a bag. No, this was another Goodwill. Okay, I'm sorry. These were at another Goodwill. Most of these are from different Goodwills. I kind of mixed and matched them so I could bring you a couple of the things I found and save some for another haul so we don't go too long-winded. But I saw these, I touched them, I thought these have to be silver. They just have that really smooth, buttery feel that silver does. So I took them for the price. Again, you can't resist a $3.99, right? And then I used my loop. But I used my loop on my phone, which is just to put your camera mode on your telephone and zoom it in, and you've got yourself a loop. See? I'm actually using my camera right now to film this. And I, lo and behold, read quite clearly that it says Robert Lee Morris 925. Now, please don't mistake Robert Lee Morris signature for Robert Lee Morris Soho. Those are completely different animals. Soho is sold at Ross and other places, and that's not to take anything away from the pretty costume pieces they put out there. They are very nice, but they are not as sought after or as desirable or as rare as his vintage sterling pieces. So I will have to tell you something about Robert Lee Morris. Of course, he was a sculpture artist, applied artist for many, many years, and or visual artist for many years, sculpture. But I saw him on an interview once, and he was very much a hesitant, resistant, accidental jewelry designer. It was not his first love. I believe he sold the company and its namesake to be a derivative that you now see at other places like TJ Maxx and other department stores. And they're beautiful designs, but they're not what he did when he was a dedicated sculptor, and he did some wonderful pieces in sterling. And this is one of them. So I was excited as can be to find those. But again, I picked them up. I asked to see them because the design was different. The design looked very organic, very pretty, very interesting to me. And when I felt them, I could feel the quality of sterling. And then, of course, I turned them over and bingo. So that was super exciting. I was very happy to see that there. I don't think I've ever found Robert Lee Morris in the wild like that. And again, please do your research on Robert Lee Morris signature pieces versus his commercial enterprise, and not what he did when he was first that hesitant, accidental yet brilliant jewelry designer. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. Come back and see me again very soon. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications, and do consider joining as a member as well to support the content here in this channel. Thank you again. I will see you in the next video for more jewelry hauls.